And in the meantime, we're going to move on with Dr. Thomas Connelly, and you can go to drconnelly.com, and Kevin will be good enough to put that up. Hello, Dr. Connelly. Can I call you Tom, or do I have to call you Doc?
Please call me Tom.
Oh, good. All right. You know, I love your topic. It's one of my hot talkers today, because I said, what are you willing to do to be competitive in a recession job market? And apparently, plastic surgery is not doing badly, which might be an indication that people are willing to change a few things to be competitive.
It's true. We've seen in this economy, when you hear of recession and all types of businesses faltering and their numbers are down, that's not the case with our business, with our practice. Mm-hmm. If you were to compare the sheer numbers or volume of procedures from last year to this year, we're up over 20%.
You're up 20% in
Yes.
business and plastic surgery and like dentistry and okay.
Correct.
So what do people tell you? I mean, do they blatantly say, "I want to look good, I got a job interview"?
Well, there's I can divide my patient base into two different populations. You have one group of patients that have had dental issues their entire life, where their teeth, the appearance of their teeth is a nuisance of their appearance. Mm-hmm. Meaning they've had either brown teeth or crooked teeth or missing teeth
their whole lives.
entire life, and those people haven't changed. Those people are still coming in. They've been researching dentistry for decades.
Does health insurance cover this?
A very small part of it.
So people are spending money, good money out of their pocket. And then what's the other group of people that you're seeing?
The other group of people, the dynamics have changed. The other group of people are people that have okay teeth. They're good teeth. It's not a nuisance. They'd like them to be nicer. They'd like them to be whiter, straighter. But when you think of that person, per se, you don't think of their teeth.
Right.
It's maybe something that they're more focused on.
Do they blatantly tell you, "I want to be competitive"?
Well, we're seeing more of that. That wasn't something that we ever saw. We didn't have patients that people were working, they were making money, they weren't laid off. We have a group of people now that don't have jobs that have been employed for so long that it wasn't something that was on their mind, being competitive.
But now they are. Dr. Connelly, let me just cut you off for 1 second, because we have Nicole Petalides who's standing by on the stock exchange floor, and we want to get to her because things are moving fast and furiously. And Nicole, is there any green on the screen? I like to speak her language.
Baby, there certainly is. We are at 89.10. Don't look now, but we are approaching Dow 9,000. Don't even say it. Don't look. We'll see if it actually happens. You have the Dow, all of the indices at very high levels now. The Dow at the highest level since January 6th. The S&P 500 at its highest level since November 5th. And the NASDAQ Composite at its highest level since last October. And its best 9-day run, its longest winning streak since back in 1998. Say it ain't so. So certainly we've had quite a run. And now, you may remember yesterday when I stood here and I told you about Goldman Sachs upping their price target for the end of the year for the S&P 500. Well, Credit Suisse has come out and done the same thing today. Barclays did it last week. Basically, all these brokerage houses betting that we're going higher from here till the end of the year. So that's, basically you could sum it up that everybody's betting to the upside. We've had a slew of earnings, 5 Dow components this morning. Coca-Cola, DuPont, Caterpillar, which is soaring. Caterpillar is up 12% right now. Also, Merck and United Technologies, all 5 of those Dow components reported, beat the street. They've got a mixed bag as far as their performance today, but certainly we're in the thick of earnings season. You have about 1/3 of the S&P 500 companies reporting this week, 40% of the Dow components reporting this week, and at the same time, we're going to be hearing from Big Ben. I'm talking about Ben Bernanke will be on Capitol Hill today and tomorrow, so we'll certainly be waiting to hear what he says. All the traders will be watching him, hanging on his every word. So those are the main focuses that we're taking a look at here. You have some other names such as Lockheed Martin and Continental and Legg Mason, but I think that I gave you the brunt of it. And the last thing is that CIT may seek bankruptcy. That is so that on some contingency plans. You do have CIT Group halted here this morning, so we'll continue to watch CIT. You know that CIT has been a lingering story day in and day out. This is a 101-year-old company. It lends to small and medium-sized businesses. We know that over the past few days they've been trying furiously to raise $2 to $3 billion. They've had the bondholders stepping up and doing just that. So CIT Group will remain in focus as it is halted here today. Back to you.
Well, now, Nicole, you're mentioning CIT, and we saw them just plummet late last week. And then when there was talk of this bankruptcy and that they were actually going to have a plan things started to come back from it. I think people just want to know that you have an idea to go forward.
It's amazing. They saw, well, as soon as they said that they had a plan and the bondholders were stepping in with the cash, yesterday we saw CIT Group open up 100%. I mean, sometimes we talk about stocks moving 2% or 10%. The stock opened up 100%, which is so telling of how volatile this stock is. So we'll see what happens here now when you start to hear about alternatives may include pursuing a plan of reorganization. You know, I'm seeing bankruptcy. These are all on the hot wire right now as I'm looking up at the Dow Jones on the big board there. So we're getting this here on Strategy Room as it's crossing. So these are the names we're certainly going to watch. The last trade on CIT Group was $1.25. You may remember last week it was halted one day. It opened at 36 cents, for goodness sake. But they do lend to small businesses, restaurants, retailers, some of the aircraft companies. So we're going to see, I mean, I'm talking the smaller parts of it, like the parts companies. So they are very telling because it's really over 1 million companies. So it's a big deal. It's a big deal. So we'll see what happens with this one.
All those different facets of our lives touched by CIT.
The hot news right here.
I love when you
Strategy
say
Room.
you're reading the hot wire off the board and bringing it to the morning click. Hey, real quickly, Ben Bernanke. Some are saying he is in the hot seat today because this economy is getting worse by the day. Although Wall Street's doing better, Main Street is not. What do you expect him to say today?
I'm feeling for our Fed head. I mean, he's certainly going to now, he's going to be talking. This used to be called the Humphrey Hawkins testimony. But it'll be very interesting because the White House, traders are noting that the White House now has postponed the budget update until August. I think they're a little frightened to try and put it all together in one shot. So he's going to be talking about everything from jobs to coming out of the recession, seeing stabilization. Where is credit loosening finally after being so tight? These are the things, you know, trying to redo balance sheets, cutting costs, reducing leveraging. Some of these companies were so highly leveraged. CIT, for one, it was leveraged at about 20 to 1. That company maybe should have been leveraged at 6 to 1. So I think that over time, I mean, I think everybody will look back on this as a real cleansing. But during this year, it certainly has been a tough one.
All right, a cleansing for Ben Bernanke. We'll all get to see that together this afternoon. Hey, I'm Nicole Catalini's. Always great to see you. Thank you for bringing us the hot wire news from the stock exchange floor. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Have a great day. All right, so we're back here in the room on the couch with the good doctor. Sometimes when you're on the couch with a good doctor, he's giving you some good advice. But this is a dental plastic surgeon, so hopefully he's not looking at me saying, you need to make an appointment with my office. Because I try to take good care of my teeth. It's a recession. Unemployment is now approaching double digits nationally. In places like Michigan, we're seeing it move toward 12%. People have to be competitive because there's so many more job candidates out there. And research has shown, Dr. Thomas Connelly, just to reintroduce here, research has shown that the better you look, the better you do in the interview. Doesn't always mean you get the job. So the lingo in your office is changing among you and your customers.
It is. You know, people are looking at other aspects of their marketability, you know, not just resume, but looks, appearance. You've got a segment of the population that is now looking for jobs that has been gainfully employed for such a long period of time. Sectors that we all thought were impervious to layoffs. So these people are asking questions, looking for solutions. Sometimes they're looking for inexpensive solutions because cosmetic dentistry can be expensive.
Yeah, especially if your insurance isn't going to, you know, cover everything.